I got an interesting question today, and it made me realize that we haven't done this in a while.
Okay.
Where we tell people what we're doing and why.
What do you mean?
What's the reason for the podcast? Why do we podcast? What most people that I talk to do not really know. Like they've heard of a podcast, but they don't really know the purpose of a podcast. They are all about like Facebook videos and YouTube videos that are fairly less than 10 minutes. So then I was getting some feedback that was, I listened to this whole episode. It was like over an hour long. It's like, yeah, it's a podcast. And they didn't get the difference because they were listening to it on Facebook.
Oh. Where
on most videos on Facebook, they're not that long. I would say they're 30 minutes or less. For the most part, most of the stuff that I watch is definitely, it might be 15 minutes or less. If they jump over to 20 and 30 minutes, it's like a big deal.
Right.
And I'm thinking that we need to tell, I don't know, give our backstory of why the podcast started in the first place, where it came from, all that good stuff.
I'm not really sure I remember why it started.
But I remember perfectly why
the list, right?
I wanted to start it. No, that's not the reason. The list was the vehicle.
Yeah.
But the reason was for me working in China.
This is our form of therapy. Yeah. I know that's what it turned into was
No, that's what it started out as.
It's very therapeutic to share our day-to-day experiences and kind of let it go into the ether.
But it was therapy.
It was therapy. It is therapy.
Well, I don't know if it's therapy anymore.
It's therapy for me because
I'm trying to get away from the therapy side.
Once I get it out there, I'm just like, okay, I'm done. But
I'm not done because that fucking Bohemian Rhapsody, them little kids asked me about that shit today and I got bubbly all over again. Boy, they better be happy I was in a school because a whole lot of
motherfuckers was about to shut
a whole lot of language that those kids don't hear on the regular was about to come out, boy. Woo! Because why didn't you like it? Don't ask me that.
No.
Don't ask me that. Don't. I started out the day happy. Don't go there. I had to cut myself off at one point.
No, that's funny.
So, yeah, it's for me right now. I'm trying to get totally away. I want what I have been trying to do, and it's kind of difficult because basically the stuff that we do on a daily basis is work.
Yeah.
So, what do you have top of brain when you sit down to podcast? Work. And those frustrations and all that kind of stuff. And I've done that already. I've been down this road and it doesn't make it better. It doesn't help. And so what I do is what I want to do now that this thing is going is to bring up other things, talk about other stuff. I don't know if I really want to focus on news, but that's kind of what I wanted to.
Well, a while,
since you need to not talk about work, right. We should probably explore this idea in this podcast of like where do we want this to go? What do we want to do with this? Like, for me, right now, my number one thing is to tell people about where we are because they've never been there. They've never lived and worked wherever we are. So when we were in China, I was talking to people in, say, Thailand. I was talking to people like former students and teachers and stuff in, Thailand, in the United States, right? Right. Then we moved here to Mexico. Now we're doing the same thing for people in China and Thailand and the United States.
And Ireland and England.
Well, what I'm saying is people that we know.
Right.
we're giving them a perspective that maybe they didn't know about. I mean, I don't know how many times people said, "Is it really like that in China?" It's like, yes. Is it really that bad? Yes.
I'm talking about our friends in other countries.
Well, I'm just saying, the ones that places we've lived prior.
Yeah.
And then we're bringing to those people a look through our eyes, through our experiences of what it's like to live and work in that place.
You know,
the problem is that our jobs don't change. So,
right.
So we're finding the same
issues
junk
over and over.
And issues in all these places, but that's besides the point.
Well, one of the things I was talking to some traveling moms yesterday, and she was asking, how we liked Mexico, because they were considering Mexico as their first live abroad country, which kind of made me. She's American.
Oh, that's a long trip.
And I just kind of giggled like. She's thinking it's brave to move to Mexico.
You're staying in North America.
Yeah, right. And I said to her, Mexico seems almost too, I hate to use this term, too normal.
America.
It's just America light. There's nothing I can't get here. It's just like the States. It's so much like the States that it doesn't feel like we're in a different country. And I'm missing it. I'm longing.
You got the language.
Well, yeah, whatever. We could go to parts of Grand Rapids and they wouldn't speak English.
But you that is the thing where it's like.
That's it.
It's
the food is normal.
Well, you keep saying normal. The food is Mexican, but you were seeking out Mexican food already.
All over the world.
Right. So
I mean that's
and I think for us, Mexico's almost not foreign.
It's not it really doesn't feel foreign.
At least in the urban areas, maybe it's not foreign. Maybe out.
Maybe like in Oaxaca or
I don't know if it's Oaxaca. Maybe out
Puebla or
out
something.
in other places farther away from cities. Maybe then you're gonna get an older version of Mexico like a more. I hate to use this term because I use it all the time in Asia, but this idea of a more traditional kind of deal. But
and I miss that. I miss that daily adventure. I miss.
Oh, I can give you a daily adventure. I can push you down that hill every time you walk up it.
Ugh, I hate that motherfucking son of a.
That'd be an adventure trying to walk back up that hill.
Hate that motherfucking hill. I hate that hill.
Asthma hill.
Asthma hill. Yes.
So what do you? I mean, you're still back to work, freshly back to work.
Yeah, after almost a 3-year vacation.
Almost completed your first term.
Today's the last day of the first term. Today is the last day.
No,
I was told.
The 20th.
I was told today is the last day, and we start counting the absences, tardies, and all that other stuff.
It can't.
It ends today.
No, the 20th. She said it in the meeting. It's the 20th because we're still taking exams. They can't make it. No, we have this whole week. Sorry, it's not today.
All right,
the 20th.
I was told it was today.
Nah, because she said the 20th. August 20th to today, or through November 20th.
All right.
So, yeah,
anyway,
I'm not buying that.
I miss new. I miss different.
But you have new. You're just not going there.
No, it's not new.
No, but you're not going there. You're in an urban center on the outskirts of Mexico City. Yeah, when you get in, you can call an Uber. You can drive around the city. You can go into the city and see like all of the same fast food and places. You go into malls and see the same stores. Oh yeah, of course. But you're not seeing the place yet. We haven't gone to those places yet.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm missing, and I don't see any time soon when we'll be able to do that kind of stuff because we can't afford it.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not all that expensive to do the things around the area, to go into to go 30, 40 an hour outside of where we are now. We might be in those places. You see, we just don't know. We don't know that much about those places. We're not. So we just have to explore. That's kind of what it comes down to.
But
you can always walk down to.
I'm not walking down El Quadro. You can kiss my motherfucking fat ass, all of it. I will provide the bucket of chapstick.
You can walk on down to El Cuadro.
You
and
can kiss
you will
my
be
El
good
Cuadro.
to go. You talk about new, walk back up the hill.
Shit, fuck that. Look, if I walk down that motherfucker, I'm getting a taxi back or I'm staying down there.
God, that's so funny. Well, you can actually walk back where it's not so bad. Because me and the kids did it, but that's so funny.
That hill is
so what
no
do you
joke.
what else since we're bringing our stuff, things that we've seen to people that don't get to see it.
Yep.
What else would you like to do with the podcast?
Well, I get a lot of questions, or I did before I was working like a Hebrew slave. I would get a lot of questions about how do we educate our kids and how do we deal with discipline stuff. I get a lot of parenting questions.
Okay, so why aren't we talking about that?
Well, usually because
what happened was
work gets in the way. Like I had kids.
When you say work gets in the way, you're supposed to stockpile that stuff until we get to like the Sunday coffee chat or another day of the week. I mean, we got NaPodPoMo right now.
Our NaPodPoMo.
Why are we not?
Because I stopped making the list. Like Aaron had suggested at one point that we create a segment called Advice from the Gnome.
But that's on travel, right?
Yeah, and I wrote it out. I even wrote it down. Like, if I don't write it down, it's gone.
Because you're old.
No, because I just have too much in my head.
No. Actually, it's not about the amount in your head. It is truly age.
It's not
when you
age.
get to 1,000, you start forgetting shit.
Shut up.
You start remembering the time when you bounced Jesus on the knee.
But I had kids asking me last week about what do we do when our children get in trouble? And I looked at him and said, our kids don't get in trouble. And they couldn't believe that
I'm looking at one right now.
They didn't get punished. They don't have,
They don't.
They've never been grounded. They've
beat them.
They don't get spanked or that kind of stuff.
We have an ad out right now for a professional spanker at our classroom. Beat them. Right, Keegan? Yes, beat them.
No.
Well, so you want to give travel advice? You want to give travel advice? I mean, do you really want to give travel advice? Because honestly, people, I'd have to get up and leave or something.
Whatever, because I am a super organized.
We could record her travel advice segments outside of where I'm here, and then we could just go to that segment. And here let's go over to you, Jim, and you can let's go over to you, Nomi.
I think honestly, the best travel advice I can give anybody.
Okay, we don't want to give away the advice now. The whole point is, what do you want to talk about? Not talk about it. This ain't Rhett and Link, huh?
The best travel advice you can ever have is don't overplan.
Okay, you're not supposed to be giving advice now. You're supposed to be talking about what you want to talk about.
I want to talk about how the heck we're going to afford to move to Europe.
Don't give away the store up in here.
I want to move to Europe.
What? Wait a minute. You are off topic. You are so tired you can't even stay on topic today.
I need
sad.
Training wheels to stay.
So sad. That's what the coffee's for, man. We both got coffee. I didn't even have coffee yesterday. During the coffee chat, I was drinking water. Now I'm drinking coffee.
It's 5:58 p.m. and guess what?
Hey, I'm gonna need
We're going to bed at the regular time.
If I'm gonna do some editing and some YouTubes,
I got
reading
to do. My kids took exams today, so I gotta get those
I do mine tomorrow. Okay, so what else? What do you want to talk about? You trying to get back to talking about work again?
No,
you just can't stay away from work.
I don't know.
That's it.
Parenting.
Parenting.
Traveling.
We had a parenting thing going for a little while. If you go back to that backlog,
we do have some parenting stuff.
We do because we did. We also had the question of the week.
Yep.
Q of the W.
Yep.
Where's the questions? Why don't we have questions? Why aren't you?
We don't have
managing
questions
because the incoming.
We don't have questions because
they don't want to talk to us. Talk to us,
that's
people.
That's not it. It's because I am not as active on the Facebooks as I once was.
Okay, but where were you getting them from? I mean, like, where were the people that were most interested? Who are the people asking the questions?
Who
are the people?
They were other parents who are either...
I hope that parents are asking parenting questions. I really do.
Who are either traveling or preparing to travel or want to know how to travel with their kids. Some of them want to do it. Some of them want to do it full time and need to figure out how to support themselves outside of their home country, or the things
YouTube
things that they would need. Like, a lot of single parents struggle with things that we would never even consider. But if you and I were traveling separately, like I had the children and you weren't traveling with us, there are some countries that require a notarized document, and it has to be...
You are giving travel advice. You're not... This is for the know me thing. You're not supposed to be giving advice.
But this is the kind of stuff I get. Like, what do I need? You know, how do I find it?
Okay, great.
Blah,
Where
blah, blah.
are you getting this information, and why can't we get it more regularly?
Well,
why won't the people talk to us?
I'm getting it from the Facebooks.
The people.
But I have to actually be more active.
I know, but why do you have to be active to receive?
Because it's a part of a conversation. Like,
oh, so you're talking to people, getting questions within conversations.
Yes, there's
not people are asking questions.
Right, they're traveling parent pages that I like administer or moderate, or...
So we need you to ask questions.
Yeah.
We need your questions. Things that you want to know.
Right.
Don't be giving away the store, man.
I haven't given away anything yet.
You tried to twice.
Man.
We are keeping count. Me and the people. Now, is there anything else that you think that we should be talking about? Because work, at this point, it ain't worth it. It's funny because it took me what, almost a year to get to that point. After we started the podcast in Sanctuary, it took almost a year to get to that point where it's just like, it's not worth talking about this anymore.
Well,
the list died right then and there. It was like, it's not worth it. But here, it's been how many months? 3?
5.
5? You want to go with 5?
Yeah, it's been 5.
5 months.
We got here.
It's not worth it.
Right. We've been here for 5 months. And
I was told this weekend, which I thought was funny. I thought about this, talking about this stuff that's happening at work. Somebody told me that's been living here for like 20 years from the States, working in education, told me the reason we're having so many problems is because we're way out here. It's the city. It's where we are. It's our actual location that moving away from here, some of these problems might go away.
Yeah, but
that's interesting.
I have friends who've worked in various parts, and they all had similar issues.
I know. You say various parts. Where were these various parts?
I had 2 friends that worked like 20 minutes from here.
Where?
In Esmeralda.
But they're out in the outskirts.
Yeah, but then the other school wasn't. It was like an hour from here, towards the city.
You can't say an hour from here. The city is an hour from here.
It's in the city.
Okay.
And she had the same
So
problem.
it was a public school?
No.
Private school?
Super private. Like,
there's no such thing.
There's
private school or public
It's
school.
one of those, it's a private school with a waiting list, and if your grades aren't good enough, they kick you out.
I know. That's just called private school.
Okay. Well, private school.
That's not like a big deal.
Clearly it is.
It's not. It's very interesting that a person who's been here for a long time, that's the take they have. You know, it's like, you're just in the wrong location. Like, location matters to the quality of schools or the quality of management in schools. That is interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because I never would have seen geography as a determining factor for good or bad management.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to live in the city.
Well, I mean, there's a lots of city in this city. I mean, there's lots of different diverse areas.
Yeah.
You know, because living down in Condesa, I'll eat real good.
I know, but it's really expensive over there.
I'm just saying I'd eat real good.
I mean,
all I'm saying is I'd eat real good. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything about real estate or anything. I'm only talking about the food.
Yeah, because apparently our house is pretty expensive. That's what all the teachers tell me that
We're paying too much.
our house is really expensive, but
We always pay too much.
But it's because of where we live, how close we are to the school, and how close we are to the mall, which is why our house is so expensive. But they all tell me if there was an opening, we would try to get in there, because then they wouldn't have to drive anywhere.
Right. You save a lot of money.
And some of these teachers are getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to get to work on time.
FYI, I get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but you do that because you're weird.
And I walk to work, and it takes me, less than 5 minutes to get there?
Yeah, it takes us 3 minutes from door to door.
So.
Yeah, when I tell them, I'm like, I get up at 5:30 and leave the house at 6:40. They're like, no, I would be getting up at 6:30. And I'm like, what the hell? You got to be to work at 7.
Because you come from a different kind of culture. You're not there early. You're there. If they say 7:50, you walk in at 7:50, which is something that I would never do.
I couldn't even fathom.
Yeah.
Couldn't even wrap my brain around.
What else do you want to bring to the people? Talk to the people.
What would you do?
Oh, come on. That's it.
Come
on.
I don't know.
There's got to be more that the people... See, here's the problem. We need... Uh-oh, Keegan stopped. She's looking at me.
Mama, you should talk about when you were trying to order something and you changed Chinese.
Oh. You want us to have a word salad segment?
Oh, God, no.
That happens daily.
That better be like a reoccurring segment every 6 months or something. That would be boring. That's not good radio.
It's sometimes funny though.
Yeah, well, then we'll just bring in your anecdotes about your crazy talking self and the things that you say.
Like the mom asking me what magic word I said to get the children to sit down.
What did you do one day? We were somewhere recently, and you answered in...
We were at the restaurant ordering flautas.
Yeah.
And it was just us.
Casa del Toño.
And it was just us. And I was trying to say, we just want one of these and 2 of these. And I said it in Chinese. Mm-hmm. And the kids caught it. And I was like, oopsie. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Right.
That happens all the time. It's not something I choose to do. It just comes out.
Anyway, anything else that you think will be useful? I know that we're doing more on the YouTubes.
We are doing more on the YouTubes.
I'm definitely doing more on the YouTubes. My first vlog went up, which is kind of weird. It's very weird to talk to a one-eyed thing that doesn't talk back.
Yes, it is.
It's very weird. It really is. To sit there and look at the camera and just have it
staring at you,
looking at you, but you get no feedback.
your soul.
And you know what's the hard part that I found out this weekend is I know why everybody wears glasses.
So you don't see yourself?
No, of course not. You have to see yourself. You have to frame yourself. But that's why people wear the glasses. I don't care what they say. They're wearing the glasses because they're looking at themselves in the camera because they're framing themselves in the shot. Mm. So if you're not going to, like if you're sitting still, you could just look at the camera, which is exactly what I ended up doing. But then as soon as I started walking around, I was looking at the screen because if you start backing up, that is your rear view mirror.
Yeah.
So you don't want to, you don't back into anything. Plus, if you're walking, for some reason, looking at the crazy hole does not, it doesn't, it's like you need to see a face, like you're talking to something. And you flip out the monitor on the back of the camera yourself. And you can see you talking. And I could not, I even say at one point, say, okay, I need to stop looking at the screen. And I literally like looked at the lens and looked right back to the screen. I couldn't stop looking at it. But if you're wearing glasses, you don't see it.
Huh.
But when you like are talking, if I kept looking up to the monitor, like when it's on the tripod, or if I kept looking to the little screen, you can see I'm not looking at this thing.
Right.
So it's like my eyes are avoiding you. It's like the whole Sarah Palin thing that happened when she was looking off to the wrong place.
Yeah.
It just looked crazy because she's supposed to be talking directly to the audience on the other side of the TV.
She's reading the thing on the side.
But she's just off enough that you can tell that she's not looking at that at all.
Right.
And it looks terrible. So I
Yeah.
got to work on that. I got to practice. But yes, the vlog has begun. The thing I've been kind of mulling over. Should I do? What am I going to talk about? I'm not that interesting. Well, I started it. So I'm just going to be not interesting on YouTube. I'll be uninteresting on YouTube.
You got to turn your music down. Or you have to speak louder.
I wasn't even talking loud. So I actually, like, the way I talk here with this microphone and this way, I wasn't talking like that because I didn't want to have my voice going all the way through the house like it is right now. Because that's what my voice does.
But I like your voice.
Yeah, but when I'm talking, maybe I don't want you to know what I'm talking about. I mean, if
Say
I'm
what
vlogging,
now?
maybe I don't want you to know. Maybe
Wait, what?
maybe you got to watch the vlog to find out what I say.
There's times you don't want me to know what you're saying.
Well, yeah. Come on now.
Wait, say what now?
See? Yeah, of course.
18 years of marriage.
No.
and you
Maybe
tryna-
I just don't want you to eat. I don't need, like, I can't have someone laughing or, I just want, I need, like, this weekend, I was trying to figure out, like, what is this thing going to be, Oh, God. We've got crazy cat. Sorry for the crazy cat people.
Aries.
The cat wanted to say hi, apparently, by rubbing the microphone. So I know Aaron needs to do a game thing. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll give him some time on the Traveling Fars to do his gaming talk because he loves Ark right now.
He was so sad last night that he wanted to watch a Bake Off with me. Because, I'm...
So
I'm
this
loving the
is
British
the
Bake
trials and tribulation of a teenage gamer. This is what happens. I get the money. I go to the store. I buy the Steam card. I come back home. I buy the game I want, and I hate it. Sucks to be you. Sucks to be you.
Rocket League had split screen.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't know what that is. Is that the car soccer game thing?
Yeah. Rocket League.
I know something, people.
So basically, what we're always doing is just trying to bring our stuff to the people, and hopefully giving them some kind of insight into being in a place that maybe they've never lived before.
Yeah.
Or even if they've lived there, they get to hear about what it's like now, what we're experiencing,
Right.
like what we're going through. Maybe it's the same, maybe it's different, maybe it's just like, oh, wow, yeah, I remember that, totally remembered that.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So that's what we're doing. That's the answer to the question. All right, you got anybody to pub over there? Because it looks like you're not even ready to pub. And I know you want to go take a nap.
I cannot take a nap. My backpack is so full I could barely carry it today. It's that full. It's like Traveling Fars full, like about to hit the train for the weekend.
Yeah,
Kind
do
of
you
full.
have a thing up yet?
It's opening. Just give me a
You
second.
give me all this yap. Do we have anybody new?
Yeah,
We do?
we do.
Cool.
We actually have 2 news.
See, because this is the NaPodPoMo month. Say it for the people.
The NaPodPoMo.
And we are taking it upon ourselves to shout out anybody, anything that does a thing out there that needs some free pub. We are pubbing them. That's what we're doing. That's what we did last year. That's what we're doing this year. We'll probably do it again next year because everybody needs some free pub. We need free pub. Ain't nobody giving us free pub. And I don't think it works if you pub yourself. I just don't think that's going to be very effective. But we definitely want to know if you got grandma is making something over there and she sells it, you should be letting us know. You know, if you do a thing, your little side hustle, let us know. We will shout out your hustle. Okay? But your thing, your friend's thing, your mama and them, whatever.
Your mama and them.
Hell yeah. Whoever's doing a thing, we will shout them out. And all of our 5 or 10 or 15 listeners, they will probably go check you out.
Yep.
Know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right, what you got? You ready over there?
I do.
Okay, go change your voice into that what is that called? The infomercial voice. Turn your voice into the infomercial voice and give it to the people.
I don't have an infomercial voice. Okay. 342 countries to go travel agency. Sher Carson can help you with confirmed travel agendas, itineraries, upscale and all-inclusive resorts, yachts, condos, and rental homes, make plane reservation, train ticket reservations, and assist you in visa and passport applications. Sher can also help you plan your Disney vacations, adventures, and honeymoon and wedding location venues. She specializes in personal adventures and cruises, individual and group or class reunions, work retreats, church and school, and organization trips. Sher started her company to help raise her son and expose both of them to the world as they travel. If you would like to talk to Sher about your next adventure, please contact her on Facebook at 342 Countries to Go, at You Can Travel Too, on Twitter at 342TO, and Instagram 342 Countries to Go. Her website is 342countries2go.com and the email 342countries2go@gmail.com. I will post all of this information on our blog space so you can find the links easily.
That's it?
That's
Just
it.
snapping for.
Finished
What
with
the
my
heck? Oh, that's what that means?
That's
I snap my fingers and I'm finished
my
now?
infomercial voice.
Nap time up in here? What
I cannot take a nap. Quit teasing me.
You better drink some coffee.
I'm going to have to mainline some coffee.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There is something wrong with that when I'm not really a coffee drinker. I don't even drink a whole cup of coffee a day.
Coffee is my life. It's my jugo de vida. Students love it when I say that. In every country, nobody cared.
But here
they care.
I said something the other. Oh, I know. I was asking this child. I'm like, please close the window. Please close the window. And I said it like 3 times, and he's like, huh? And I'm like, cierra la ventana. And the children all stopped and were like, Mrs. Farr, what did you say? I said, close the window. No, Mrs. Farr, say it again. Say it again. And I'm like, close the window, close the window, close the window. I won't speak Spanish again. Because it wasn't intentional. It was one of those word salad moments.
Well, for me, it's intentional.
It's not intentional for me.
I don't ever say anything really that's unintentional. I have intention behind it all.
Sometimes it just comes out in that language. Like, I know what I want to say. I have the intent of saying the thing. It just comes out in the wrong language.
Well, sounds like it came out in the right language.
Well, it came out in the right language to get my point across, but I didn't mean for it to come out in Spanish. Like when we were in Tuskegee and I kept saying, close the door, close the door, close the door. And it wasn't until you came in and I said, Aaron, cierra la puerta, and you closed the door. And the person sitting next to me said, that's what you've been saying this whole time? I didn't even realize I was saying it in Spanish because it was so normal to say it that way at home.
Okay. So in other words, you've been eating word salad for a long time.
Very.
That's what you're saying.
Very long time.
That's the point to the story.
Very long time.
You are all about word salad.
You know, though, I never added Thai food to my word salad because Thai was just not my language.
Thai took a lot of work. It's a totally different kind of
They have what, 7
sound.
tones and
Totally different kind of thing.
yeah. I had no desire to learn Thai. I didn't.
You
need
have
to
a
learn.
reason.
I didn't have I had no reason whatsoever to learn it.
No real reason to learn Thai because it was everybody around spoke English,
Yeah.
and you didn't need it to shop
Oh,
because you could just pick up your
hell
stuff
no.
and they would weigh it and they would show you on that little calculator, man.
Yeah, like the one lady who was like, "Okay, 8 vegetables, 500 baht," and I'm like, "You gotta be out your damn mind." And
But that's the thing though. They've already, because they've never been colonized, but they have been, I would say, overrun
Right.
by the West.
Yeah.
So they've learned all these strategies to keep making money off of people and to keep their economy going, especially in Phuket with basically everything's tourism. They've
they
learned
rip
how
you
to,
off.
huh?
They rip you off.
Well, I mean, everybody takes
Gouge.
advantage, but everybody takes advantage of tourists.
But I wasn't a tourist.
Yeah, but until you show that, like when you keep coming back week after week after week after week after week, then all of a sudden it's like the prices start to drop
Yep.
because they know that then they're not going to keep you when you start talking about, oh, this is how much this bananas cost. And
Right.
your friends said, oh, you need to go to this other place, and
Yep.
then you stop buying from them.
Yep.
See, they don't take that chance. They drop the price fairly quickly. You go there like more than 2 or 3 times. Next thing you know, the prices have gone down.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, free shit starts ending up in your bag.
Oh,
and-
here we have a new
yeah,
fruit you haven't bought before. Here, try
Here,
this.
eat this whole fucking fruit. So-
Here, take an apple mango. Oh my God, I miss apple mango.
But that's exactly what, that happened to us in Benchi.
Oh yeah, all
You
the
know,
time.
so,
Here,
I mean-
try this. Here, take
Well,
that.
I mean, the fact that it started out at a higher price,
Yeah, oh,
and then
yeah.
it started
Yep.
going down over time, and they start trying to do more to keep you as a customer.
Right, like when I got a whole entire bag of live crab, which was I didn't know they were alive, until they were moving in the bag on my way home, for like what, $11 for an entire ginormous bag of crab.
Memory.
Yep.
No memory.
That's something that Americans do that they don't do in Asia. Like, we are very loyal to, if we get a good deal or we have good products, we are going to stay with that vendor until we can't. But in Asia, in China especially, they aren't like that. They have no loyalty whatsoever. They just go with, I don't want to walk 2 extra steps to this lady today, so I'm going to go over here.
But I would say they don't have the same kind of loyalty that we think about, but they do have. It wouldn't be loyalty. They create relationships, and
Yeah.
it's that relationship that they're maintaining, not loyalty to the person and their service.
Right.
They're literally looking at the person. So if they walk up and the person that they buy from is not there, then they keep walking.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a totally different kind of idea. So if they
Right.
go to buy tea and the guy that they normally buy tea from is on a break, they wait till his ass comes back.
Yeah.
And then they'll come back and then they'll buy like lots of tea from them. But
Right.
that other person that was there, they don't have that relationship. They're not going to buy the. Sorry about that. But it would, it's all about the relationship for Chinese people. They have to have that particular kind of personal relationship with them.
Okay, so here's a question I got asked today by a couple of students. And it made me really
Second
think.
grade questions. Let's do it.
What's one food that you miss from another country?
I miss everything from the vegetarian festival in Thailand. I've missed it since we left.
It's funny because I was like, well, my husband will say he misses the vegan food from Thailand because there was a tofu thing that he loved.
The exploding tofu, which is not
exploding-
actually tofu, it's really taro.
Okay.
They call it exploding tofu, and it's not.
Yeah.
I think it actually has soy milk in it, but it's taro.
No wonder I could never get my tofu to do that thing.
Right. You can't because it's not exploding
Son
tofu.
of
It's
a
not tofu at all.
bitch.
It's taro root, like all what is it called? Like julienne.
Yeah.
It's that thickness, and then they mix it in some kind of liquid, and then they batterize it, and then they drop it in the hot ass oil, and it looks like it's exploded when it started out that way.
Huh.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
That's it. Exploding tofu. No tofu.
I told him I miss fresh coconuts.
Fresh what?
The fresh coconut from Thailand.
You can't get coconut here? I don't know.
I don't know either, but it's not going to be Thai coconut off the tree where they just.
Wait, why is
grab
Thai coconut different than coconut?
I don't know. I've never had a coconut in
I know
Mexico.
there's coconut all over the Caribbean.
There is, but I'm talking
we're
about
in the tropics.
I'm talking about the one where they just yank it down from the tree and
you're talking about
whack it.
how they get the coconut or the taste of the coconut?
The taste of the coconut.
Why is it different?
I don't know. I've not had one
Oh,
here.
then we need to get some damn coconut up in this mother moose.
I miss the edamame.
Edamame.
And I miss the pigeon.
Okay, we're not going back to Beijing. That's not.
And I
you
miss
ain't getting no pigeon no more.
some cho tofu. I would give.
Okay, I do not miss you eating that shit.
I would love a big old bowl of cho tofu
Hell
right now.
no, you'd have to sit outside for the next week.
Oh, I couldn't even go to school after eating that stuff. That'd be mean.
Little kids dying left and right because your badass breath.
Stinky tofu is no joke, folks.
You thought durian was bad?
Yeah, if you want.
Stinky tofu is.
Stinky tofu smells like hot garbage on a summer's day.
Don't you have a video of eating that stuff somewhere?
Of cho tofu? No, I have one of durian.
Made a video.
I do have a picture.
Vision.
I do have a picture of my first time tasting, and it was horrible. But it smells so bad, and the smell lingers for like 3 days. You burp
it lingers in the back of your throat.
Right, and you burp it for like 3 days. It doesn't matter what you do, how much you drink, or how much you eat, or how much you gargle with Listerine.
Yeah.
This shit can overpower Listerine.
Yeah, it's bad.
But it tastes good.
No.
Yeah, it's yummy.
Yeah, food. The only food I miss is probably the Thai food. Because basically the other foods, Dombe food I liked.
Yeah, I like Dombe food too.
But
like the candied eggplant.
Yeah, so those are good dishes, but I mean, it's like yes, we ate a lot of it.
Yeah, we did.
So I guess it's not really that big a deal to me. None of the dishes were all that remarkable. It was good food. Like every time you went out to eat, you ate and you were satisfied and you're happy.
Right, and you had leftovers and you didn't spend a whole lot of money. And
right, it was our first outside of the States kind of place. And
right.
Because when we came back to China, it wasn't like that. It didn't.
No, it wasn't like that. In Wuhan, their food tastes different. That nasty ass rugamian stuff.
Hey! Wait a minute now.
Ugh.
Don't you talk about my? I don't even know if I can say it anymore.
Your rugamian.
No, it's not said like that. They didn't say it like that in Wuhan. If you're in a different place, it actually has a different name. Down in Old Canton, they
have it there?
They have it. Yeah, they actually have it, but it has a different name, and I don't think they make it the same. The sauce, anyway. But the zhugamian, yeah, that's how a student told me how to say it.
When we went to Benxi,
so it might be Wuhanese.
It is probably when we went to Benxi, me and your coworker, when we went to visit. We went to the Silver Building because I wanted one of those giant sushi rolls, which is not sushi at all. I don't know why they call it that, but it's just delightful. And so I wanted that, and there was a noodle guy. And your coworker was like, oh, I want to get some noodles. And she asked him, or he said, do you want them Dombe or do you want Wuhanese? And she's like, I want Wuhanese. And so she got rugamian, like you would in Wuhan in Benxi, which is what, a 5-hour flight away.
Well, how are they different?
The peanut sauce is different. They don't put the peanut sauce in the Dombe. They put more spices, more chilies.
Well, see, in the one in Wuhan, They put no chilies. They put no
Right.
spices. It was just the peanut sauce.
Yuck.
And what they did is they put the peanut sauce, and then on the sidebar, they had all the things you wanted to put in there. The chives, the peppers, anything you want to put into that, even the soy sauce. It was all on the side.
Yeah.
And that was Wuhan. Because you would get your thing, and it would look like nothing.
Right.
And then you would take all that stuff and just dump it on top and just serve it up, close it up, walk out, and it would just sit there. And then when you got it home, it was a little brick.
Ooh, I could
Because
really
the
go for
peanut
some.
sauce would cool off, and it would be literally a brick. And then you would stir it.
Ugh.
And when you stirred it, it all mixed up, and it all softened again, and all your stuff mixed together. And
I could
it
go
was
for some
literally
Kung Pao Jiding
noodle
for real.
crack.
I could use some Kung Pao chicken, like the real
Kung
deal.
Pao. They
Like
don't,
the
Kung Pao
Szechuan.
chicken ain't even Kung Pao chicken. What are you talking about?
The Kung Pao Jiding.
Yeah.
That's what I want. The Szechuan one. No.
See, I mean, food is interesting because, like here, there is literally, I haven't found it yet. There's nothing that I would be like, oh, I got to have that thing. Because we could just make it.
I
It's
do make
not-
it. Like if I want flautas and I don't want to move, I just go to the kitchen and make them.
That's what I'm saying. You can, it's not like the dishes that you'd be eating here are really difficult at all. They're just fairly, what did we say this weekend? They're tortillas and meat.
Yeah. That's
So
all
I
it
mean,
is.
it's not
I
like
would-
cooking in Asia where it's intricate and
Yeah, it's
lots
a lot of
stuff
work
and
and-
it's all this prep. I mean, just to make the curry
Oh my God.
in Thailand is like a whole job in itself.
Listen, I had to learn how to make
Like
Indian.
making tortillas. Like if you're gonna make
Right.
tortillas.
I had to learn to make Indian curry because we couldn't find it in China. And then we finally found it was like an hour away. But I had to learn how to make it from scratch because you couldn't buy it
Yeah.
locally.
But in Thailand, you could. It was everywhere.
But
all
Indian
the different
curry and
curries. The curry with
Thai
egg,
curry
the
are
curry
not
with
the
this,
same.
the curry with that. It was all kinds of curries.
I could
The
use some
vegan
Indian
ones,
food. Yes, and we need to find in the Chinatown in Mexico City because we need some tea leaves before it gets cold.
It's not tea leaves. We need tea.
Okay, we need tea. I need some oolong.
Jujube.
It's jujube season right now too, and the big
We
fat
need
jujube.
jujube. You know, I bet you we could get the dried jujubes. I bet
Probably,
you
and
we
I
could
could
find
make
them
the
online.
tea.
And then you can make the tea.
But I wonder if we should probably book a car or something to go to Chinatown this weekend because it's getting to that point where I'm having kids dropping out of class left and right. Mrs. Farr, I don't feel good. Can I go to the infirmary? And then the next thing I know, I'm going home.
So what? Let them go, man.
I'm go, but
Come on,
that
Elsa.
means
Let them go.
that means that all that illness is gonna be trying.
Oh, it's not there yet?
trying to catch me.
Man, please.
I can't play with that.
You are in the middle of it. You
I need
get
jujube.
You better get your smudge
I got my
smudge
sage
on.
going.
You better smudge.
Listen, folks.
You better
You
smudge.
got kids at home and you want to stay from getting sick.
Smudge.
Get yourself some white sage.
Smudge.
Go get a white sage stick. It's
Is that
like,
still called smudging?
yeah.
Smudge.
It's like $5 or $10 depending on the size of the stick. Light it.
Go get it.
Smoke the house out.
Do it.
Let it sit there and just breathe it in
Yeah,
because
just
it kills 96.
Just literally let it.
Just let
hover.
it sit in your room
Yep, just chill.
because it kills 96% of airborne
Matter of
illnesses.
fact, tonight, and when we get off here, you smudge it.
Okay.
See,
I've got sage in our room. I've got sage in the basement, and I've got sage on my desk right here because
you having it is not really. Maybe you should be burning it right now. You know what? We need some.
I can light it.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells so good.
It doesn't. It really doesn't smell all that good, but it
does smell
It does
good.
do the
I
job.
love it.
And jujube, which is so funny because if you say that in China, they look at you like you're crazy because they don't know what that is.
But that's what they call it in Dongbei.
Jujube.
Yeah.
I think they do, and I think they're the only ones who do, because everybody else was like, we don't know what you're talking about. And they had a different name for that date.
That couple from Inner Mongolia that taught me how to make the pockets of love, they called it jujube.
That's what I'm saying. It's some northern people.
I should make
Maybe
some
that's where the name
pockets
comes
of
from.
love.
You should do what? Make some?
Yeah.
You can make anything you want to make. Just get on up.
Ooh.
You and your bunny slippers, just get to it. Chop, chop.
See,
FYI, chop, chop comes from Guangdong.
Yeah, it comes from southern China. I'm going to have to see if I can find some green onion.
You're telling me you can't find green onion? I mean, come on now.
Well, Chinese green onion and chives are not the same.
Yeah, I know, but you're going to have to substitute because you're probably not going to find Chinese green onion. You're going to have to, unless they're importing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you could probably grow it here.
We're in the tropics. Keep saying that. People don't realize that where we are in the we are as much in the tropics as we were in Guangdong province.
Except for it's cold here.
We're higher here.
All right.
Because we
fair
wanted
enough.
to get high.
Dude. That's so not true.
Well, we did.
We got high in
We
the
got
air.
way high.
We got asthma attack.
We got more than 2 miles high.
I was sitting in the classroom at the end of the day marking these tests, and I just all of a sudden I couldn't breathe. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong? And I look at my heart rate. It's like 113, and I'm just sitting still. I wasn't talking. I wasn't teaching. I was just marking these papers. And I'm like, I can't breathe. It's just like getting worse and worse. So I'm like trying to slow down, take deeper breaths. And it was such a struggle. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong? And then we went into the meeting, and when I went back to you, I could not breathe. It just hurt so badly. And I'm like, it's going to rain. I can feel it. We got home, 3 minutes after we got home, it was raining?
Yep.
Every time that pressure starts to build, I have an asthma attack. And I refuse to use albuterol ever again in life.
Wait a minute. What is our elevation? How many
We're
feet?
almost 8,000 feet.
Oh, then we're not 2 miles out.
We're almost 8,000 feet. No, I thought you said we were under 2 miles.
We're like 1.5 miles.
Yeah.
1.5 miles. All right. So, you're about to sage.
I'm about to sage.
I need to
smudge.
get this very thing put up on the place. I need to not forget to use the paper because I forgot yesterday. So if you watch the podcast, on the YouTubes from yesterday, you'll see the paper and you'll see the old paper. So you'll see both of them.
If you've
been listening to the podcast all along, you'll see the old paper and the new paper.
If you would like to see some of the foods we were talking about, the pigeon, the stinky tofu.
Where do you have pictures of those?
On the traveling fires.
Where would somebody find these photos?
I just posted them.
Where?
I just posted on Facebook on Traveling
Just?
Fires. Yeah,
Today?
like
A few minutes ago?
not even an hour ago.
Oh.
Edamame, tiger beer.
Edamame is not a big deal, though.
Can we get it here?
I think
Can we get
so.
fresh edamame so I can boil it in salt water with corn?
I
and
actually do think you might be able to.
I would totally
It's just
do that.
soybeans.
I know, but they're a great snack.
Yeah, it's just soybeans. I would think that you probably could get them here.
I can eat.
I think they have them in the market.
I can eat edamame, but I can't eat tofu anymore.
I don't know if they have a season though. But I think you can get them here. I don't think that's going to be a big. I think they're here. It's just people may not eat them the same way.
I have pictures of the Thai pigeons, not the Chinese pigeons. There's a difference.
The Chinese pigeon that was in Wang Fujing was awesome.
Oh my God.
That with the snake and
The kids ask me all the time if I've eaten, what kind of crazy stuff I've eaten. And I tell them, I've had shark, and I've had pigeon, and I've had snake, and they always flip out when I say snake. And I've had scorpions, and of course, then, that gets even louder. And I've had silkworm larvae, and
oh yeah,
what else? We accidentally ate dog. Don't
Yeah,
hate
that
us.
was
We
not
didn't do it on
good.
purpose.
That was not cool.
We would not do that on purpose. It made us sick, and they
You
lied
sure you don't
to
want to
us.
go back to China to that dog festival?
No, I'm good. I don't have a problem with what they do. I don't care what they do. That's their culture. It's their lives.
No, but it's only
But I
in
don't-
that one place,
But I don't
though.
want to eat it.
Oh, you don't want to go to, what is it, Cambodia and Vietnam and eat some of those rats?
No. Which part of it? Where do they catch the rats and then...
They catch the rats in, I think, okay, I always get this backwards, so I'm not sure if they catch the rats in Vietnam and take them to Cambodia, or they catch them in Cambodia and take them to Vietnam. But they basically catch them in the rice paddies because the rats are eating the rice.
Right.
So it's basically pest control.
Yep.
They're catching these rats that are eating rice. So they're essentially
They're saving their crops.
No. I'm saying that the rat is not eating garbage.
Yeah.
These are rats that are out in the field,
Yeah.
like real field rats.
Right.
Okay. So they're out there. They're catching the rats by using traps. They put them in these big giant cages, and they stack the cages up on the little motorbike, and then the guy drives across the border and sells them to the restaurant owners, and they
cook 'em
skin them, cook them, and they look like chicken.
I was telling some of the moms that last week that they eat rats in Thailand and Cambodia and Vietnam
I
and
don't know. They don't do it in Thailand, do
yes they do.
they? Not in Phuket.
Yes they do too. I watched them do it.
Eat rat?
Yes. Jess and I went to the beach and it was like a full moon. We wanted to go to the beach for the full moon. We're sitting there just chatting, and all of a sudden we see something move over the rocks. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Okay, but that's not eating rats.
No. They started catching them. And then when we came back, they had grills in front of our property, in our complex. People were out there grilling rats. But I think those were the
I don't know about that
Burmese.
rat game. My rat game is not that tight.
I think those were the
Even though
the Burmese
my
workers that were doing it.
Chinese zodiac symbol is rat.
Right.
I don't know if I could eat a rat though.
I ate a scorpion.
Solidarity. Let's call it solidarity.
Listen,
with the
you
fellas.
and I are Scorpios, and we ate scorpion.
True.
But you don't eat meat, so your rat is safe.
See, I can't. That was in my previous life. when
Let's
I
see.
was
Yeah,
still
we've
eating
had
meat. I'm
crocodile.
still a young vegan.
We've had crocodile and alligator.
I had some good. What was that? I think it was
Crocodile chips or alligator
I think
chips?
it was alligator on Beale Street. in
Oh
Memphis.
yeah, yep, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Yes,
ostrich.
I did. Yes, I did.
I've had ostrich burger. That was really yummy.
I think I've had bison at some point.
Yeah, I
but
think
can't
you did
remember
too.
where.
I think you had some in Parma
But
once.
see, I'm just now today.
And venison.
Oh yeah,
But that's just normal.
I ate a lot of. What is it? What's goat?
Goat.
The word it's not
No.
goat. It's
goat.
Sheep.
Your
Goat.
sheep is different.
no. What's the word
Mutton.
for it? Mutton.
And you ate a lot of mutton in
Yeah, in China.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in Benchi.
Yep.
I don't
right.
like lamb at all or sheep. Blech.
It was actually really good.
Gross.
All right.
I don't like the flavor.
You done over there?
Yep.
Let's tell the people where they can find us. If you want to find us, The Traveling Fars, which we're going to make sure that we link all of our stuff up for you guys so that you can see, like, if you go to The Traveling Fars, you can see, like, Professor Raptor, and you can see the
Luna Wolf.
The Luna Wolf and the Scorpio Queen and all of that stuff. And, me. So we got to make sure that we're going to make sure that you can get to us easily. We'll be doing that over the next week. And so if you want to find us on the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, or the Spotify, we are The Traveling Fars. If you like the Twitter and the Instagram, which I've been trying to keep more stuff going up to my personal Instagram. I don't know what's going on with the Traveling Fars in the Instagram. Anything going up over there?
Sometimes.
All right. So we have, that is just Traveling Fars for Twitter and Instagram. If you like the email where you can send any of your correspondence about questions or businesses or shout outs or concerns or please turn down the music, whatever you got going on, travelingfars@gmail.com. And the blog space is the travelingfarce.blueberry.net, which is pretty much on hold for the rest of the month because we've used up all of our space. So we're going to be posting everything to the YouTubes. We did that last year. It's really not that big a deal. But that also means that our weekly stuff will be like this week, like it's been in the past. All this will be audio, so then you can still just throw it on in your car and just listen to it. And then if you, on the weekend, we do a video, and then you can watch that after watching the football, of course. What else you got for the people? That's it?
That's it.
Because you're over there tapping.
Well, I'm putting up the 342 countries to go travel agency information on our blog space.
See, you just changed that voice.
I did not.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. The people will back me up. Trust me.
I don't change my voice.
You just did it.
No.
You just did it. You went to the one voice. Everything got all smooth and sultry. Then you went back to.
I don't have a smooth.
See,
sultry
there it is,
voice.
right there. You just. I love it when you say that you didn't do a thing and prove me right.